Maungatautari, near the Waikato town of Cambridge, is a wildlife reserve and is the ancestral home of the Ngāti Raukawa tribe. An extinct volcano, Maungatautari is now the home to some of New Zealand's most precious bird life. During the 1820s, due to intertribal conflict known as the Musket Wars, Ngāti Raukawa migrated to the south of the North Island. But they still consider Maungatautari their sacred mountain and refer to it in their songs and proverbs. Ngāti Raukawa are descended from Raukawa, who was the son of Tūrongo and Mahinarangi. The story of the famous romance between Raukawa's parents tells how Raukawa got his name. Tūrongo was a chief from the Waikato. He and his brother, Whatihua, grew to be rivals. After becoming an adult, Tūrongo travelled to South Taranaki and fell in love with the beautiful Ruaputahanga of the Aotea people. Following Tūrongo's courtship of Ruaputahanga, her family agreed that she should marry him. He returned to Kāwhia to build a house for his future wife. On hearing of the marriage, Tūrongo's brother Whatihua became secretly jealous and decided to try and win Ruaputahanga. While Tūrongo was building his house, his brother suggested that Ruaputahanga may not be impressed by such a big house, and he could perhaps build a smaller one. He also told Tūrongo that his prospective wife preferred small kumara, so he should fill his storehouse with them. After dispensing this advice, Whatihua travelled to Aotea to build a magnificent big house in the hope of winning Ruaputahanga. When Ruaputahanga arrived with her entourage, she was unimpressed by Tūrongo's small house. She was disappointed at the size of the small kumara that Tūrongo provided. Whatihua then arrived to suggest that Ruaputahanga and her party journey to his house, as they would not be able to fit inside Tūrongo's. Tūrongo was deeply embarrassed and fled to a village in Hawke's Bay. He soon became renowned for his ability in constructing houses. A couple of high-rank angiangi and tuaka suggested to their daughter, Mahinarangi, that she should consider the fine man as a husband. The shy Mahinarangi agreed and began to think how she might attract Tūrongo. She had noticed that each evening Tūrongo would follow a particular path through the forest to where he was staying. So Mahinarangi hid in the dark and waited for him. Tūrongo encountered her along the way, and after a while they became lovers. However, Mahinarangi kept her identity a secret. Because of the dark, Tūrongo was not able to identify his lover except by her perfume, made from the aromatic leaves of the Raukawa plant. Tūrongo admired Mahinarangi and suspected she was his lover. While she was playing a stick game in the daylight, he came close to her. Her identity was assured when he smelt the Raukawa perfume. They married, and Mahinarangi gave birth to a son. She and Tūrongo named him Raukawa, after the perfume his mother wore during her courtship. Before Europeans arrived in New Zealand, the country had abundant bird life, but deforestation and the introduction of predators such as rats, stoats and possums saw many native flightless birds disappear. By the end of the century, the North Island takahē was extinct. However, its South Island cousin, one of the world's rarest birds, clung on. It is now the focus of breeding programs at several conservation sanctuaries, including Maungatautari. Today, Maungatautari Ecological Island is one of 3 fenced sanctuaries on mainland New Zealand. The fence was finished in 2006, and Maungatautari once again houses important native birds, including the kākā, kiriru, kiwi and takahē.